Hey, welcome everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. This is game two of the 1919 World Series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago White Sox. We're using History Maker Baseball, and we're right about to get started. So in game one, it was 3-0. Seacott shut out the Reds. In game two, it's going to be Slim Sally, the Southpaw, versus Lefty Williams. So two southpaws on the mound. Slim Sally, he is an ace, a semi-ace, double control, whereas Lefty Williams for Chicago is a semi-star and a control. So basically, players have qualities, and you read the quality, and that ultimately gives you the result. I got the book over here on my left. There is a lot of page turning in this game, back and forth. You got mini charts, and you got the drama charts, and so forth, and then you got the unusual play charts. But it's pretty small and condensed in a small, probably 10 by 8 booklet, a nicely bound, cut in color booklet, and I'll show it to you real quick here. There you go. So and most of the results are on this page, but sometimes it can take you back and forth between charts, and there's an interaction of charts, and that sometimes bogs the game down just a little bit. It's still fun, still a nice game, very nicely packaged and nicely marketed, and all the pieces are fairly nice quality. The cards leave a little bit to be desired, a little bit plain Jane, but still, it's a fun game. And the umpires. So at home plate, I got Hank O'Day, strict and semi-questionable. At third base, I got Billy Evans, respected and lenient, semi-lenient. At second base, I got Tom Connolly, respected, and at first base, I got Bill Clem, respected. My hot batters are for the White Sox, or my hot batter for the White Sox is the pitcher Williams. Cold batter is Collins, the right fielder. And for the Reds, it's going to be the hot batter Roush in center field, and the cold player is second baseman Rath. I may be off on a couple of pronunciations from some of these players. This is not really my area of expertise, and but I'm trying to learn them as best I can and try to get them as close to how they were pronounced as possible. So let's start rolling here. And this is first batter of the game. It's Collins, World Series, game two. And it's let me go over the lineups real quick before I start. It's going to be right fielder Collins, second baseman Collins for the White Sox. Then it's Weaver at third base, left fielder, and cleanup is Shoeless Joe. Then it's Felsch, the center fielder, batting sixth, batting seventh is Gandol. Shortstop is I think it's Riesberg, maybe, or Riesberg. Catcher is Schalk, and pitcher is Williams. For the Reds at home, of course, is Rath. First baseman Daubert, third baseman Groh, center fielder Roush, left fielder Duncan, shortstop Kopp, right fielder Neal, catcher Raritan, and pitcher Slim Sally. All right, let's do this. Here's the first roll of the game. Last game, for game one, took me 54 minutes, which is kind of unusually long. I usually play games in about half an hour. So it's a 1-5-6, and it's a blank there for the pitcher. Ask me if the batter's a whiffer. He is not, so that's going to take us to Outfield Drama right off the bat. So we go to Outfield Drama, and that's a 5-6 left fielder iron. So left fielder is Duncan. I did not write down all this information. Let's see. Pat Duncan is blank, so he is not. So that's a 5-6. Left fielder iron, no. Otherwise, a looping fly ball lands in the glove for a fly out to left field. So 1 out. I'm using by the way, I'm using the scorecard from the site, from the Play Free Stuff Baseball site. It's a very nice scorecard. You use it a little bit differently. You go right down the column rather than in first inning, second inning, third inning. You just go first inning, second inning, third inning until your columns run out, and then you just put a line. A little bit more confusing for me. Some guys have figured it out a little bit better probably. All right, so the second batter is the other Collins. This is Shano Collins. Here comes Eddie Collins. Eddie Collins is a hero, semi-scrapper, semi-patient, and a good eye. Here's the pitch from the Red Sally, and it's a 2.55. 2.55 asks me, is the pitcher a star? No. Home run king for the batter? No. And it's a fly out to left. So that's 2 outs here in the first inning. Back-to-back flyouts to the left fielder Duncan. And here comes Buck Weaver, third baseman for the 1919 White Sox. And that's a 2.24. And a 2.24 says pitching at home. And he is pitching at home, so it's popped up, middle infield, shortstop, Cop makes the catch, and that retires the side. So that's the first inning. The top of the first inning, no runs and no hits, and we go to the bottom of the first. It's going to be Maury Rath, second baseman for the Reds, leading off against Lefty Williams. And that's a 2.22. 2.22 is a blank under the pitcher. Ask me if the batter's a sad sack. He is not. It's a drive in the gap. And let me just check something. Drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Maury Rath into second base, ahead of the throw with a double, leadoff double for Rath. And here comes Jake Daubert. He's a lefty, so it's lefty on lefty here. It's an opportunity to hit the splits. Here's a pitch, and that's a 1.55, and a 1.55 is a blank under the pitcher. Ask me if he's a home run king. He is not. Not too many of those. And this is a fly ball, center field. Drifting over is the center fielder, Felsch. And that's 1 out. And under that, the 1, 2 hits, active, 2 advances, runners, hold on, flyouts. Okay. All right, Heine Groh. Love that name, right? Here's a pitch from Lefty Williams. Heine Groh, by the way, is a righty batter. 1.22. And a 1.22 asks me if the pitcher's a workman. He is not. Is the batter a champ or a whiffer? He is neither. So it's going to go to a line out to third base. So L5 for out number 2. So he rips it, but to the third baseman, Weaver. And now there's 2 outs with that runner in scoring position, and he may end up being stranded there at second base. Here comes Ed Roush. He bats from the left side. He's a semi-champion. That's good. He's a semi-scrapper, and he's a good eye. Also an icon with his experience. Here's a pitch from Lefty Williams, and that's a 1.16, and it says, is he fresh? Strike 3, and he blows it by him to retire the side. All right, we start the top of the second inning. There's no runs on 1 hit. They strand that leadoff double. Well, we go to the top of the second inning here in the 1919 World Series. It is the White Sox versus the Reds in that scandal-ridden World Series of 1919, where the Sox were found to have, well, ultimately they were basically not guilty in the trial, I believe. There was some evidence that mysteriously vanished. All right, so leading off is going to be Shoeless Joe Jackson. He was one of those players accused of cheating in this World Series. There'll be no cheating here. My eyes are on every corner of this here. And 1-2-4. Let's see. 1-2-4. The pitch from Slim Sally. Asked me if he's control. Not only is he control, but he's double control, so he's going to get a ground out to short. And another one right back up to the mound. Picked up by Sally, and he throws out Felsch, the next batter. So back-to-back outs because he's double control. So 2 ground outs. This is the best of 9 series, by the way. That was interesting for me to find out. Gandol. Shicky Gandol. And here's a pitch. And it's a 3-3-3. Those are usually interesting. 3-3-3 is a blank against the pitcher, utility or sad sack. Is he a utility or a sad sack? He is neither, and that's going to be a drive down the line, and that's going to go into the corner. And around second and digging for third is Gandol, and he is safe under the tag at third base. So it's a 2-out triple. A 2-out triple for Chick Gandol. Here in the top of the second. Next up is Swede Riesberg. Or Riesberg. And I'll look up his name. How to try to see if I could find how to pronounce it. Slim Sally with the pitch. 2 outs. Runner on third. History Maker Baseball. And it's 1-2-2. Ask me if he's a workman. He's not a workman. Is the batter champ or a whiffer? He is neither. And that's line and caught by the third baseman, Grove. So it's an L5. And that ends the top of the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. They strand the runner at third base. All right. We are in the bottom of the second inning. Duncan, Kopp, and Neal coming up. The right fielder, shortstop. Left fielder, shortstop, and right fielder for the Reds. Okay, so it's Lefty Williams on the mound for the White Sox. Here's the pitch. 1919 World Series. Notorious World Series. 146. Ask me if he's Flash. He's not Flash. Champion. And Duncan's a scrapper. So there's going to be a ground out to second base. Unless there's a red one, and there is a red one. High error season only if lead 1 is red. And fielder makes an error, so it's going to be an E4. It's an E4, and that's going to put Duncan on at first base on an error by the second baseman, the White Sox second baseman, Eddie Collins. So I consider this I think that we'd all consider this a high error season, I believe, 1919, right? All right, so let's move on. They had very, very tiny gloves. The fields were terrible, so it's not really their fault, but it's what happened. All right, so here's Larry. On the card, it says Cap with an F at the end, but I'm not pronouncing that F. I'm interested if you should pronounce the F and not the P, or the P and not the F. Yeah, it's Larry Koff. So, all right, so runner on first, and Larry Koff is up. Here's a pitch from Lefty Williams, and that's a 136. And a 136, asked me if he's an ace. He is not. Is the batter a whiffer or cold? Is Koff cold? Koff is not cold. So it's going to be infield drama. Let's go to infield drama, see what happens. And that's a 1-5. It's going to ask me about the shortstop. Is he iron? So is Risberg iron? And he is semi-iron. The Decide or Die says he is iron. So a 1-5 is going to be a shortstop. Shortstop iron, misplays hot grounder to left field for a single. So a single, and on a 1, Runners advance 1 base on hits. All right. So he goes, and then we're going to use the chemistry chart, team chemistry chart. So that's going to be a single runner. Duncan stops at second base. We've got runners on first and second now, and here comes Neil. Greasy Neil. Love those first names. 1919. All right, he bats lefty against lefty Williams, so they're on the same side, but we're using the chemistry chart, and the Reds lost yesterday, so the way I do it is the losing team gets the down chemistry, and the winning team gets the up chemistry. They call it, of course, dissonant or harmonious, so I guess the Reds are dissident or dissonant, and let's do that. Let's roll it. Well, we can still use that one. I don't think we used it yet. Or maybe we have. So let's just roll again. So 1-1 on the team chemistry chart. Pitching team harmony. And the pitching team does have harmony. So infielder drifts back to glove a lazy pop fly. All right. So it's popped up to short. And next is Bill Raritan. He's a catcher. With runners on first and second here in the bottom of the second inning. And here is the pitch from Williams. And that's a 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Wild. He is not wild. Pitcher's not wild. Eager is the batter. Eager. He is semi-eager. Decided Die says he is eager. So it's a single through short unless he's a whiffer. And he is not a whiffer. So it's a single through short, and on 2, runners advance 1 base on singles, 2 base on doubles. So runners advance 1 base on singles. All right, so the bases will be loaded. You got Duncan at third, Koff at second, and Raritan now at first with 1 out. And here comes the pitcher, Sally, who's a scrapper and a whiffer. Not very good. Here goes. So it's a 3-5-5 and a 3-5-5, and that's a struggler or gilded. The pitcher's neither. And I don't know what gilded means. I still haven't found that. I will, or somebody will tell me. Champion. He's not a champion. So it's going to be a ground out to second base unless he's a whiffer, and he is a whiffer, so he strikes out. So that's out number 2 here. Remember, the bases are loaded, so the Reds are pressuring today more than they did so yesterday. And up comes the leadoff hitter, Maury Rath, the second baseman for the Reds, with the bases loaded and 2 out. Can lefty Williams extricate himself from this crisis, or these potential crises? Let's see what happens. Here's a pitch. It is lefty on lefty, by the way. 3-5-6. 3-5-6. Are they the same? Strike 3, and he blows a curveball by him. Totally baffles the leadoff hitter, who is a cold hitter, second baseman, Maury Rath, with a strikeout with the bases loaded. So he reaches back for a little extra on that curveball. I was going to say fastball. I just don't see them having a big fastball back then for some reason. It's my visualization. All right, we go to the top of the third inning. So it's going to be no runs on a couple of hits. They leave the bases loaded. A couple of hits and an error. They leave the bases loaded. We go to top of the third, no score. I'm really, I like low scoring games, so I'm digging this 1919. All right, so it's Swede Risberg. Oh, no, he made the last out. So it's going to be Ray Schalk, the catcher, leading off against Slim Sally. And that's a 1-5-6, and this is a blank pitcher. Asked me if he's a whiffer. He is not a whiffer, so it's going to be outfield drama. So we're going to go to the outfield drama chart, and that's a 3-3. Is a left fielder gold? And Duncan, I don't think Duncan's gold. I don't think we even have gold players back then here. Nope. So left fielder is not gold on the 3-3 Outfield Drama chart. So otherwise it's a single. Fumbled, picked up, batter to second on an error. So it's going to be a single and an error on the left fielder. To start off the top of the third, a single and an E7. So runner on second. And that's also going to give us, it's going to tell us to go to the red, which is the experience chart or mini chart, experience mini chart. All right, player experience mini chart. So the catcher, Shock, reaches second base on a single and an error. And here comes Williams, the pitcher. He's a semi-utility, semi-sad sack, a scrapper, and a whiffer. And he is working off the player experience chart. He has none, so it will not apply, but we still use the chart. 1-3, prospect pitcher, no. Otherwise, ground out to third base. So a ground out to third base, and we're going to hold the runner on that because he is... Actually, it's 90%, so we'll just roll one die. If it's a 6, he moves up, and it's not, so he'll hold G5. 1 out here in the top of the third. Shock is at second base. He reached on a single and then an error. Moved to second on the error. So the top of the order comes up, and it's going to be Shano Collins against Slim Sally. No score, 1919 World Series Game 2, and the White Sox lead at 1-0. The series, by the way, not the game. 2-3-4, and 2-3-4, runner on base, plate drama. Oh boy. Let's go to plate drama, and it's going to be a 5-6, and it's going to be a catcher gold. Cincinnati catcher is Raritan. Not gold. Otherwise, over the catcher's head, wild pitch. And then we go to experience. So it's a wild pitch on the pitcher, Sally. And that'll move Shock to third. And now it's going to be Collins with the go-ahead run in a 0-0 game here in the top of the third. Shano Collins is an icon, so he's going to have an advantage on the player experience chart. And we're going to roll. Here goes, and that's a 5-6. Icon pitcher, yes. And fool's batter with an off-speed pitch, sky-high pop-up to shortstop. So because Slim Sally is an icon, he's a veteran with experience, he's going to get Shano Collins to pop up to the shortstop. And there's 2 outs now with that runner on third base, and up comes Eddie Collins. So Sally to Eddie Collins here with 2 out in the top of the third, and a runner, Shock, at third base. He singled, reached second on an error, and then moved to third on a wild pitch by Sally. And here is the pitch. Nope, we got the third die. And that's a 1-4-5. And a 1-4-5 struggler. He is not a struggler. He's only allowed 1 player on. 45, and it's a ground out unless the red is a 1, and it is not. It's going to be a ground out to first base. And it's a 1, so it's a flip to the pitcher covering, 3-1, and that's going to retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and a wild pitch strands a runner at third base. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. No score here in I think it's Crosley Field, but it was called the Red. Can't remember exactly what it was called originally. It changed names at some point. I'll look it up in a couple minutes. All right, so in the bottom of the third, here comes Daubert, Groh, and Roush for the 1919 Reds against Lefty Williams. And that's a 4.56. A 4.56 skips the pitcher and asks me if the batter's patient. He is not. So it's a fly out to center field, and then we're going to go to chemistry. Reds chemistry is dissonant. And Groh will be batting on the chemistry mini chart, and that's a 1-5. Pitching team harmony, yes. Outfielder makes a nice sliding catch of a looping liner. So Groh goes the opposite field, lines one to right field, looping liner to right field, and a nice catch by the right fielder Collins, Chanot Collins. And here comes Roush with 2 outs in the bottom of the third, no score. And we go to the regular chart. It's called just the main chart. And that is a 3.46, it looks like. So a 3.46 blank under the pitcher. Ask me if Roush is eager. He is not. And that is ball 4. So a 2-out walk for Roush. Puts a runner at first base. Here in the bottom of the third for the Reds. And it's Pat Duncan. He's an outfielder. He's playing left field. He reached on an error. He's 0 for 1. And here's a pitch from Lefty Williams. That's a 1.44 and a 1.44 flash. Williams is not a flash. Hero. Duncan is not a hero, so it's a ground ball. Unless he's a whiffer, he is not. It's a ground ball to short. Easy play for Risberg. And that retires the side. So we completed 3. And no score. And we'll be back to the top of the 4th inning in a second. All right, we are in Redland Field in Cincinnati, and we are starting the top of the 4th inning. There's no score. It's the 1919 World Series between the White Sox and the Reds. This is that notorious World Series where 8 Chicago White Sox were accused of throwing the World Series. So let's Slim Sally facing Weaver to start off the top of the 4th in a 0-0 game. And that's going to be a 2.55. And a 2.55 is going to ask me, is the pitcher a star? He is not a star. Home run king. Is the batter a home run king? Is the batter a home run king? He is not. Not many of those. And it's a fly out to left. And let me just double check. I'm looking at the right 2.55. It's a fly out to left. That's correct. So out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. Next up is Shoeless Joe Jackson. He was one of those characters that was accused of cheating. Shoeless Joe, great player, semi-hero, semi-champion, semi-scrapper, semi-patient, good eye, gold fielder, whoa, and an icon. Here's a pitch from Slim Sally. 2.33 and a 2.33. Ace or star? He is a semi-ace. Decided Die says no. So it's slugger. Asked me if he's a slugger. He is not a slugger. It's a fly out to center field. All right, so that's 2 outs. Drifting over is a center fielder, Roush. And here comes Happy Felsch, the right fielder for the White Sox against Slim Sally. So it's lefty on righty. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 3.56. 3.56. Same, no. That would be the splits advantage. 3.56. Utility or sat sack. He is neither. And that's going to be a single down the line and cut off in left field quickly. So Duncan made a nice play on that ball. holding Happy Felsch to a single, a 2-out single for Felsch. And that's going to bring up Gandol now. Chuck Gandol, first baseman for the 1919 White Sox. He's a semi-hero, so another player with a decent average, a scrapper, eager, and a good eye. Here's a pitch. And that's a 1-1-2, it looks like. A 1-1-2, and that's a flash. He is not flash. Sad sack, and he is not sad sack, so that's going to be a check with the scorer. Check with the scorer, and we're going to roll one here. On the scorer, it's called a micro chart, a 1, and that's going to say, geez, it's so small. I got to get my my magnifying glass. A 1 says base hit off the glove of the shortstop. Is he a lefty or is he a righty? So off the shortstop. So that's an infield single, and that's going to put runners on first and second here. Let me double check with that 1 runner. Yeah, runner will hold. Let me see. Runners advance 1 base on hits, active second base, 2 outs. Any runner scores from second on any hit. All right, so Chuck Gandol gets an infield hit, and here with 2 outs, up in the top of the 4th, up comes Risberg. Swede Risberg. He was one of the players accused, I think, of cheating as well. All right, and here goes. Here's the pitch. And that's a 1-1-6, and that's going to ask me if he's fresh. He is still fresh. So that is going to be a strikeout to end the inning. So Sally comes back, puts a little something extra on that curveball, and he strikes out Risberg. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. There's no runs there on 2 hits and 2 left. The bottom of the 4th is going to be Koff, Neal, and Raritan. All right, Lefty Williams wines and deals. And that's a 5-5-5. That's an interesting number. Acer Star, he's a semi-star. Decided I says he is. So it's a deep fly, right field. And backing up is the right fielder for the White Sox, Chino Collins, and he is there deep to grab that ball. That's 1 out. Up comes Neal. Greasy Neal. There was no political correctness back then, huh? All right, that's a 1-5-5, and 1-5-5 is a blank under the pitcher. Home run king, no. It's a fly out to center field for out number 2. And here's Bill Raritan, the catcher. Pitch from Lefty Williams. 2-5-6. 2-5-6. Asked me if Williams is a struggler. He is not. Champion or patient. He is neither. It's infield drama. We're going to check on the infielders. And that's a 1-2. And let's move this out just so we know. 1-2 shortstop iron. And the shortstop is Risberg. He is semi-iron. Decided Die says he is not. So that would be a no to that question. So shortstop iron, mishandles ball to Eric Gold, makes play, ground ball. Otherwise, it's a batter safe on first on an error. So it's going to be an E6. So had he been iron, he mishandles the ball with a wild throw, a 2-base error. But since he is not, it's a 1-base error on the shortstop. So it's a 2-out error on the shortstop, Risberg. And that puts Raritan on at first. And here comes Sally. I'm sorry, wrong side. Slim Sally up. And he's a scrapper and a whiffer. And that was 1, 2. Yeah. So we go to the regular chart. There is some page flipping in this game. Just be forewarned. And that's a 2, 4, 5. It's a blank. Hero. He is not. He's, like I said, he's a scrapper and a whiffer. It's a pop out to second base. To end the inning, they leave one. The error. And it's going to be the experience chart to start off the top of the fifth. We're going to go to the experience chart for Shock. We are in the top of the fifth inning, and there's no score here at Redland Field, that eventually becomes Crosley Field in Cincinnati. So Ray Shock today, he's actually singled, reached second base on an error, and then moved to third on a wild pitch. He was stranded there. Here's a pitch from Sally in the top of the fifth. And we're going to use the the player experience chart. Icon for Sally. Both are icon. And that's a 2-6. And that's icon pitcher, yes. Experienced with batter, strikes him out. So strike 3. And Shock goes down swinging. Up comes Williams. Williams is a semi-utility, semi-sat-sack, scrapper, and whiffer. We'll go back to the regular chart, the standard chart. And that's a 1-1-4, and a 1-1-4 says he's fresh. He is, so it's bounced to short. Charged by the shortstop, Koff, and he makes the easy play. And up comes Chino Collins. 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning. And that's a 1-2-4, 1-2-4 control. And he's double control, so that's going to be bouncer up the middle. And getting there is Koff. Throw to first in time to retire the side. So that's 4.5 we've completed. No runs, no hits in that inning, half inning. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. The bottom of the fifth, it's going to be, let me just make sure. It's going to be the top of the order, Rath leading off, Maury Rath. No score here in game 2. First game was taken by the White Sox 3-0 on a shutout pitched by Seacott. Here's 2-6-6. 2-6-6, run around first, thrown out. No, that does not apply. Leadoff batter, yes. Lined, base hit center field. So a single for Rath. Leadoff single. There's a runner on at first here. Here's Daubert, and we're going to square to bunt. Now the bunting is 1 die. We're going to throw 1 die, and that is a 5. So pop out, lead runner, double play. Oh no, wait. Okay. Out at first, runner advances. Okay, so it's 1, 2, and it's going to be a good bunt. I'm going to say it's, let's see who it's to. It's going to be back to the pitcher. And that's going to put the runner at second base on his sacrifice. So Rath is at second base with a nice bunt by Jake Daubert. And here's Heine Groh with a runner at second. And here's a pitch, and that's a 3-4-5. 3-4-5 says iron catcher. Iron catcher Shock. I do not think he's iron. He is not. So 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. Good eye. He is a semi-good eye. Decided Die says he is. Check swing ball. So we need to go to and that color is appropriate umpire chart with a runner at second. So let's see. Runner on second, umpire chart. We're going to throw 2 dice. And that's going to be a 6-6. Lenient umpire at first base. It's Bill Clem, and he's respected. No. Other umpires, foul ball, batter still at bat. Okay, so nothing happened there, basically. All right, so let's go back to the original chart. And Heine Groh, pitch, and that's a 1-2-2, and a 1-2-2 is going to ask me workman pitcher. No. Champ or whiffer. He's neither. So it's a line out to third base. So ripped, but caught by the third baseman Groh. I'm sorry, by the third baseman Weaver. So he hit it right on the screws, but right at the third baseman, who was positioned perfectly. So Groh makes a nice catch. Groh ripped it, but the nice catch was made by Weaver at third base. And here comes the center fielder, Roush. With 2 outs, runner at second base, it was Rath who led off the inning with a single. He was sacrificed to second by Delbert. Groh lined to third, and here's Roush with 2 outs. No score. Bottom of the 5th, 1919 World Series Game 2. The White Sox lead at 1-0. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 6-6-6. Holy moly. Ask me if he's an ace, and he is not an ace. He's a semi-star. Is the batter a sad sack? He is not. And that's going to be a deep drive glove with a horseshoe. That horseshoe says gold outfielder has a chance of making a catch. So we're going to go to the glove. We're going to go to the deep drive glove. And we're going to roll 1 die and see what happens. And that's a 3. So left fielder Gold, he leaps, otherwise home run. So Ed Roush from Cincinnati goes the opposite way, deep. But out there in left field is Shoeless Joe Jackson, who happens to be Gold. So he goes to the fence, leaps, and makes the catch. He robs Ed Roush of a 2-run home run. Holy smokes. Look at that. He's a Gold fielder and left fielder, Shoeless Joe Jackson. So he had quite an exciting play, deep drive to the opposite field by Ed Roush off the microchart glove. And it's going, and caught. Left fielder Gold leaps and robs Ed Roush of a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the 5th in a scoreless tie between the Reds and the White Sox. And now we go to the top, so that's no runs on 1 hit. And we go to the top of the 6th. It's going to be Collins, Weaver, and Jackson against Slim Sally. All right, History Maker Baseball, 1919 World Series, Game 2, top of the 6th, no score. This is a season set you cannot get. They don't offer it anymore. This is 1919 set, so I'm very excited about having it. I'm lucky to have it. And it's going to be Slim Sally on the mound for the Reds. We are at Redland Field, which eventually in the, I think, 1930s becomes Crosley Field. It's going to be due up is Eddie Collins, Weaver, and Shoeless Joe. So that is a 5-6-6. A 5-6-6. Ask me, is Sally wild? He is not. Is the batter a good eye? He is a good eye. So that's going to be a foul tip. And he's still at bat. All right, so he fouls it off. 146. 146 Flash. He is not Flash. Is the batter a champion? He is a hero, not a champion. So it's a ground out, unless the red is a 1 and is not, and then it would be an error on the second baseman. It's a ground out to second, picked up by Wrath, and over to first for out number 1. Next up is Weaver. Buck Weaver, he's a switch hitter. He's batting from the right side against the southpaw Slim Sally. 1919, Cincinnati Reds Slim Sally. It's a pitch, and that's a 1, 2, and a 3. Both flash and fresh, no. Blank for the batter, and then ground out to the shortstop. Is the red a 1? No, it is not. So it's bounced to short. Easy pickings for Koff. And that's 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning and a scoreless tie. And here comes Shoeless Joe Jackson. Boy, this thing didn't hit a lot of home runs, that's for sure. Here's a pitch from Sally. He winds and deals. A 1-5-6. That's going to be a blank. Home run king, no. Fly out to, outfield drama. So we're going to check the outfield drama. And that is a 3 and a 5. And that's going to be left fielder Gold, no. And we'll just double check. Left fielder is Duncan, and he is not Gold. So that 3-5 is left fielder Gold, no. Otherwise, a looping fly ball drops into the gap for a double, and then we are going to go to, it has an asterisk there. Roll, decide, or die, and yes, dot result. Okay. Iron fielder commits an error, allowing the batter to advance an extra base. Okay, so he's not an iron fielder, so we don't have to worry about that error. So it's going to be a double, and then it's going to send us to the team chemistry. So it's a 2-out double, a little check swing blooper that nobody can get to, and it bounces in the gap, and Jackson, alert to that, takes second base, and he puts himself in scoring position. And Felsch, Happy Felsch, I believe it is, Happy Felsch, on the team chemistry chart, and the White Sox are harmonious because they won the game. They won game 1. And here's the pitch, and that is a 2-5 on team chemistry. Pitching team dissonant, yes. Lack of hustle. Modestly hit ball drops in for a single, and on a lead die of 2, runner advance 1 base on singles, 2 bases on doubles. Active runners score from first base. What kind of runner is Shoeless Joe? He is none of those. So on a 2, flyouts, runners advance 1 base on singles. Active would have scored from second base, but he is on at second base. But let me double check that. Somewhere I wish it was a little bit larger. Let me use this. All right, double play on ground outs. Flyouts. Runners advance 1 base on hits, 2 bases on doubles. Active runners score from second on any hit. 2 outs. Any runner scores from second on any hit. Lucky I used my trusty. So they're going to wave Shoeless Joe around. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is safe. So Felsch, with a 2-out RBI single, drives in Shoeless Joe Jackson from second base, all with 2 outs. And the White Sox have taken a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 6th inning in Game 2 of the 1919 World Series. All right, so we go to the regular charts now. So Happy Felsch comes up huge, clutch. And here's Chick Gandil, and that is a 3.44. And ask me, is the pitcher a prospect? He is an icon. So Patient is the batter. Patient, he is not. And it's going to be popped up, middle of the infield. Second baseman Wrath calls for it, and that retires the side. But not before the White Sox put 1 up on the board, 1 run on 2 hits, and 1 left. The White Sox lead it 1-0 After 5.5, we go to the bottom of the fifth. I'm sorry, bottom of the sixth. It's going to be Duncan, Koff, and Neal against Lefty Williams. Here's a pitch. That's a 3-4-6. And a 3-4-6 is a blank against the pitcher. Eager. He is not eager. So it's going to be a base on balls to Pat Duncan. Base on balls to Pat Duncan. The left fielder for the Reds is on at first with a tying run. Larry Kampf is going to bunt. And that is a 2. Active runner safe at first. He is not active. Other batters out at first, so it's going to be we'll figure out the batter. It's to be a sacrifice to the first baseman. Moving to second is Duncan. And now it's Neal with a runner at second base. Tying run at second base here in the bottom of the sixth. Game 2. The Reds already are down 1-0 here in the series. Here's a pitch to Greasy Neal from Lefty Williams. It's lefty on lefty here, so the splits rule applies. And that's going to be a 2-4-5, and a 2-4-5 is a blank in the pitcher column. Ask me, is the batter a hero? He is not. It's popped up. Infield, it's between the second baseman and the shortstop, and the second baseman, Collins, is going to take it for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Raritan. Going to bring up Raritan in player experience. He's an icon. And here's a pitch. And that is a 2-4. Icon batter, yes. Delivers a single just inside the baseline on a 2 with 2 outs from second base. They're going to wave Duncan around. And here's a relay to home. The tag not in time. The game is tied at 1. Big hit by Raritan. RBI single. Driving in Duncan with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Ties up the game at 1-1. 1919 World Series between the White Sox and the Reds at Redland Field. Game is tied. Raritan picks up an RBI. And it's going to be Sally now. Not a very good hitter. And that is a 2-4-6. Control. Pitcher is Control. That's bounced right back to the mound. Williams picks it up over to first, and that retires the side. But not before. Not before the Reds tie it up at 1. Risberg is up. Swede Risberg, the shortstop for the White Sox here in the top of the 7th inning. 1 run on 1 hit and a walk. All tied at 1 apiece. Top of the 7th, it's Risberg, Chalk, and the pitcher Williams. Here's a pitch from Slim Sally. 3-5-6. 3-5-6 says same. Sally's a lefty pitcher, and it's a righty batter, so no. Utility or sat sack, neither. So it's a single down the line and pull to third base. Throw to first, not in time, so he picks up an infield single. Chalk now is going to bunt. And that's going to be a 5 and a 3-4-5 out at first. And we're going to roll 1 to see who it's to, and that's to the pitcher. So it's going to be a successful sacrifice, moving Risberg to second base. Here comes Williams, the pitcher. And semi-utility, semi-sat sack, scrapper, whiffer, and so on. Here's a pitch from Slim Sally, and that's a 1-3-4. 1-3-4. Gold catcher. No. Champion. No. Outfield drama. Oh boy. Outfield drama. And the catcher is Raritan, and he is definitely not a gold catcher. No. So we're going to the outfield. Outfield drama. We'll roll that. We'll use that. And that's going to be a 3-6. Left fielder Stoic. And the left fielder is Duncan. I don't think he's Stoic. Is he Stoic? He is not Stoic. So a 3-6. Otherwise, a running grab of the fly out. So nice running catch by the left fielder. And that lead die is a 3. And a 3. Let me see. Fielder's choice on groundouts. Runner on third base holds on flyouts. Stoic runner. Others score. And that's all it says. So gonna hold there. And here comes Collins, the leadoff hitter. So that was the pitcher flying out to left field in the top of the 7th. 2 outs. Slim Sally looks in to Raritan for the sign, sets and deals. And that's a 3-3-3. Uh-oh. Utility or sad sack? Oh, he's neither. Utility, so that's a drive in the gap, and that's going to roll to the wall. Scoring easily is Risberg, and around second and digging for third is Shano Collins. And here's the tag, and he is safe with a triple, a 2-out triple. RBI triple, and that gives the White Sox a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. So an RBI for Shano Collins. And it's going to be Eddie Collins now with a runner in third. And here's the pitch from Slim Sally. 2 outs, runner on third, and that's a 3-4-6. 3-4-6 is a blank under the pitcher. Ask me if he's eager. He is not eager, and that's going to be ball 4. And he's semi-active. He is active. So that's ball 4. And there goes Collins. The throw down, not in time. So it's second and third now. A 2-out walk and a stolen base for Eddie Collins of the White Sox. Puts runners on second and third here in the top of the 7th. And a 2-1 White Sox lead. And they're on the verge of scoring a couple of more runs with runners at second and third and 2 outs. A single here could potentially drive in 2 more runs. Buck Weaver, he's a semi-hero, semi-scrapper, eager, and a good eye. So he can hit. We're not going to walk him and face the always dangerous Shoeless Joe Jackson. So Slim Sally checks in with Raritan for the sign. He sets and he deals, and here's the pitch to Buck Weaver. And that is a 3-4-5. Sounds very familiar. Iron catcher. Iron catcher. Raritan is not iron. So 3-4-5 iron catcher. Good eye. He is a good eye. Check swing. So we're going to go to the umpire chart. Umpire chart with a runner at third. And we're going to roll 2 on this, and we leave that there. Haven't used it. That's a 1-5. And respected umpire at home? No, he's strict and semi-questionable. Check swing disallowed. Strike three. Oh no. And Weaver doesn't like that at all. Oh, a respected umpire at home. He's not respected. So other umpires calls ball one. So pitcher thought that was strike three, and no. So Sally is upset. They called it ball a ball. So batter's still at bat. So we're gonna have to roll again. I'm gonna go to the regular chart. There's a lot of book flipping in this game. I just to let you know, so you know, because one chart sends you to the other chart. You got the mini chart, the micro chart, and the basic chart, and then you got the drama charts. So one sends you to the other. So you got to go a little bit back and forth. So you got to focus. The game takes a little bit longer because of that. Because you really want to slow down. Unless you play it a whole lot, then obviously everything speeds up. So it's still Buck Weaver with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Score is 2-1 White Sox, but they have runners on second and third, so they are threatening to score more. Let's see what happens. See if Slim Sally can extricate himself from this precarious situation. Let us see what happens. You can hear the crowd in the background, excited. They're rooting for Sally. Here's a pitch to Buck Weaver, and that is a 2.56. So a 2.56. Ask me if he's a struggler. He's allowed 2 in a row, so he's not a struggler. A champion or patient, Buck Weaver is neither, and that's going to be infield drama. Uh-oh. Infield drama. Going to roll 2d6. And that's a 1-2 shortstop iron. So it's a ball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop is Koff. And Koff, I don't think he is iron. So it's going to be a 1-2. So a ball hit to the shortstop. He mishandles it. Wild throw. So it's a 2-base error. And that's going to score 2 runs. Oh, no. So Koff blew it. Had a ground ball out, and he failed to handle it. And 2 runs come in. And the White Sox have taken a 4-1 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. And that brings up Shoeless Joe, who they are going to walk intentionally. So an intentional walk to Shoeless Joe puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Pappy Felsch. That took us to the chemistry, but since we walked the batter, it takes us to a regular chart. Here's a pitch. And that's a 1.56 now. 1.56. It's a blank. Whiffer. He is not. Outfield drama. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Outfield drama. A 1-1, and that's a right fielder gold. Right fielder for the Reds is Neal. I doubt that he is gold. He is not gold. So, no. So, right fielder bobbles the ball, making the play. Batter goes to second on an error. So, right fielder gold, no, fly out if the right fielder is gold. Otherwise, it's a single and an error, and that's going to score another run. And that's going to send Jackson to third. So we have a single and an error on the right fielder. And it's an E9. And it's second and third, and that's going to bring up Chick Gandol. All right, so it's been sloppy play here at Redland Field in Cincinnati, and the Reds have really struggled defensively. It's 5-1 now, White Sox here in the top of the seventh, and they can't seem to get out of this inning. This inning's had 3 hits and an intentional walk, a couple of walks, one of them intentional, but then 2 errors have allowed 3 runs to score, and it's Gandol now. That's 1, 2, an error, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so we're on the verge of having to go to the bullpen, and this is 1919. Now it's team chemistry. We're going to roll on team chemistry, see what happens here. And it's Chick Gandol up against Slim Sally. And that's a 1-6, and a 1-6 batting team dissonance, no. Otherwise, it's a base on balls, and we're going to have to go to the bullpen. Believe it or not, 1919, I'm forced to go to the bullpen. And who am I going to grab here? Let's see what I got. Now we're going to let Slim Sally go one more batter. But I do have a guy warming up named Dolph Luque. So he'll be brought in. He's a right-hander, star and semi-control, gold fielder. But I'm going to push. It's 5-1. I'm pushing Sally. See if he can get this out. And see what happens. Go to the regular charts. A lot of charts here. You got to flip the book around. 2-2-4 pitching at home, and the Reds are pitching at home, so this will be popped up in the infield. And the shortstop, Koff, is there, puts it away, and that retires the side, but not after the White Sox pick up 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits and 3 walks, 1 intentional. They lead it by a score of 5-1 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. So, wow. Riesberg popped it up to end the inning. So it's Lefty Williams on the mound for the White Sox, and it's Maury Rath batting. Score is 5-1 White Sox. They already lead the series 1-0 here in Game 2 of the 1919 World Series, the History Maker Baseball World Series. Here's a pitch. Now 245. 245 asked me about the pitcher, but no, it doesn't. It's actually blank. Then it asked me, is the batter a hero? He is not. It's popped out to the infield. Second baseman settling under it. Collins makes the catch. So 1 out. That's going to send me to the experience mini chart. Experience mini chart. And it's going to be Daubert. Jake Daubert. Daubert today is 0 for 2, a couple of flyouts and a sacrifice. When the game was much closer, it's 5-1 White Sox. I think the Reds have made about 1, 2, 3 errors. Shortstop, right field, and left field. So 3 errors by the Reds so far in this game have hurt them dearly. All right, and it's a 4-6-6. Oh, I was supposed to roll 2 dice because we were on the experience chart. So let's do that again. We'll use that. And that's going to be a 4-5 on the experience chart. Daubert is an icon. and it's a 4-5. Prospect batter, no. Otherwise, it's a hard to field grounder. Batter out at first. Active batter safe. He's not active, so he's out. Prospect batter would have struck out, but otherwise, it's a ground ball to second base, and they get Daubert for out number 2. Heine Groh now. Go to the regular chart, the main chart, if you will. 4-5-5. 4-5-5 flash. Lefty is not a flash. Home run king. No home run kings here so far that I've seen. It's going to be a grounder. Bounce to first base. And easy pickings for the first baseman, Gandol. And it's 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Reds offense continues to struggle in this series, early on in this series. It's a 9-game series, best of 5. Or rather, best of 9. In other words, the first team to win 5. All right, so in the top of the 8th inning, so no runs, no hits in that inning, and we go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be the catcher, Shaw, Williams, the bottom of the order, and then it's going to roll over to the top of the order. Slim Sally is still in there, trying to get him through this game. Don't want to bring any. 114, is he fresh? I'd have to say he's semi-fresh. Decided Die says no. So 114, sad sack or patient. He is semi-patient. And it says yes. So it's a foul out. And the catcher right there squeezes it for out number 1. Now Lefty Williams is up. Pitch from Sally, and it's a 1-3-6. Ace, he is a semi-ace. Decided Die says yes, so it's a strikeout unless he's a good eye, and he is not. So pitcher Williams strikes out. 2 out here in the top of the 8th inning. And the top of the lineup for the White Sox, it's Shano Collins. And that's a 2-4-6. A 2-4-6 is, ask me if he's control. He is. It's bounced right back to Sally. Fields his position. Throws out Collins, Shano Collins. And that ends the inning. Pretty quick inning there. Go to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Ed Roush, Duncan, and Koff, the shortstop. Lefty Williams, and that's a 1-2-4, a 1-2-4 control. He is control, so it's bounced to short. 1 down. Williams to Duncan now. And that's a 2-3-5. And a 2-3-5 wild. No, pitcher's not wild. Eager, he is not eager. So it's bounced to second. 2 away. And a shortstop, Koff. Here's the Williams winds and deals, and it's a 1-1-3. Ace or dynamic. He is neither. Slugger, not a slugger. Batter's not a slugger. So it's a little check swing blooper. Will it drop in? Yes, it does. So it's a 2-out single for Koff, the shortstop, the Cincinnati Reds shortstop. That's going to bring up Greasy Neal. And that's a 2-5-6 and a 2-5-6 struggler. No champion or patient, neither. It's infield drama. So let's go to the infield drama and see what happens. It's a 1-4. And his first baseman, Iron. First baseman is Gandol. I don't know that he's iron. He may be iron. He's gold, actually. Whoa. So his first baseman, Iron, 1-4, no. Otherwise, he makes an easy play. So it's a G3, and that is the end of the 8th inning. So no runs, no hits for White Sox, and no runs and 1 hit for the Reds. Scores 5-1, White Sox. We go to the top of the ninth. It's going to be Collins, Weaver, and Jackson. Oh, I had him there. And Slim Sally still in the game, using the regular charts, the standard chart. Here's a pitch from Sally to Eddie Collins. It's a 2-2-3, it looks like. 2-2-3, wild, no. Slugger or utility, he is neither. It's a single to left. And if he's active, which he is not, he would steal. So it's a leadoff single for Collins. Weaver is up now. Buck Weaver. Here's a pitch. And that is a 2-5-5. And it's Star. He's not a star. Home run king, not a home run king. It's a fly out. Drifting over is the left fielder. Duncan settles under it. And back to first goes Collins. One away. Top of the ninth. 5-1 White Sox. Last licks in the bottom of the ninth for the Reds. They're already down 1-0 in this series, if you've been watching. Shoeless Joe Jackson. And that's a 2-5-5. Did we just roll that? Star, no. Home run king, I don't think so. No home run kings here. And that's a opposite field drive into left, into the corner, and chasing it is Duncan, and Duncan makes a nice running catch for out number 2. Pitch from Sally to Happy Felsch. Happy Felsch today is actually 3 for 4. He's got 3 singles. And that's going to be a 1-2-4. 1-2-4 is control. He is control. And that's bounced to short. Easy play for Koff. And that ends the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the ninth. Last licks. Lefty Williams. 3 outs away from a complete game here in Game 2 of the 1919 Sox and Cincinnati Reds. World Series. All right, so leading off, it's going to be Raritan, Bill Raritan, and then we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Here's a pitch from Williams, and it's a 1-1-5. A 1-1-5. Semi-fresh decider says no. Home run king or sat sack, he's neither. So it's a drive down the line, and that's a fair ball into the corner. Digging for second is Raritan. He's in there standing up for a leadoff double. Gonna get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Sherry McGee pinch hitting for the Reds in the bottom of the ninth with 1 out. So it's righty against lefty, so these splits are not going to go to the advantage of the pitcher. Here's a pitch. It's a 1-3-6. A 1-3-6. Ask me if he's an ace. He is not. A whiffer or cold batter is a semi-whiffer. Decided die says he is a whiffer. So that's strike 3 on the pinch hitter. Sherry McGee. And at the top of the order, Rath is up with 2 outs. So the White Sox are 1 out away from taking a 2-0 lead here in this best-of-9 series. Here's a pitch, and that's a 1-4-5, it looks like. And a struggler, no, blank under the batter, and it's bounced to he's a lefty, bounced to first base, and that's going to be The pitcher covering 3-1, and that is the ball game. So the White Sox beat the Cincinnati Reds in Redland Field, their home field, for the second consecutive game. This time they beat them 5-1. 3 big errors by the Reds. And let's quickly look at the box score or the scorecard and figure out some of the hits. I hit there, hit here, 2 there, that's 4. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 hits for the White Sox. Let me see if they committed any errors. 1 error there, 2 errors. So a sloppy ball game, 5 errors in total. And hits for the Reds, 1 there. That's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7 hits for the Reds. But they were not able to capitalize. And they scored only 1 run. It was White Sox with 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. The Reds with 1 run, 7 hits, and 3 errors. And the Sox go up in the series 2-0. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, History Maker Baseball, 1919 World Series. We're headed to Game 3. Remember to look for us at Universal Baseball Association on Facebook. And I will see you guys soon. Take care.